Good afternoon, good evening to those of you who it is evening. Let me try to move this so that sun going down does not put too much light on me. All right. It is great to have each of you here. I pray that all is well with you and that God is blessing you right now. Thank you for joining us on Thriving Tuesday Moments of Encouragement. We are grateful for those of you who are here. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, Del John. Good to see you all here. We're going to talk tonight, this evening, afternoon, whichever one it is, kind of for you, about the importance of sharing your story. It is very easy for us to get caught in whatever our stories are and to feel like it's really not, one, anyone's business, and two, that nobody really wants to hear what I have to say. Hey, Trevor. Um, and there's a verse in Revelation 12 that says that they defeated the enemy, meaning the devil, by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. And sometimes it's absolutely necessary for us to tell our story. Because when we tell our story, what we say is that I am not, one, ashamed of whatever I've been through. Two, when I tell my story, I never know who I'm going to free. That's why I named today's Thriving Tuesday Moments of Encouragement, Share Your Story and Free Someone Else. Had the opportunity to witness the conversation between two family members recently who had both had different levels of health challenges and both with having to take treatments and that kind of thing. And to see them kind of light up at knowing that somebody else understood what they had been going through made me understand that when we share our stories, we not only we're not really just telling people our business, but we're allowing someone else to be freed by the information that we're sharing. That we're allowing someone else to feel like whatever they've gone through, that they're not alone. We're allowing someone to actually be still and listen to us in a way where they can in turn let us know that I hear you. And I empathize with where you've been. I even sympathize because I've walked that road too. Or I haven't walked that road, but then when something comes your way, you're able to reflect on the story that someone else has told and be able to say, you know what? I remember that so-and-so went through some of this same thing. I wonder if they will talk to me as I go through what I'm struggling with. See, our stories, the things that happen in our lives that make up our stories are not by happenstance. We don't always like what they are, and sometimes they're very painful. Sometimes it's a struggle. But when we get through them, emphasis on through, we have a story to tell. We have a testimony. And we have to be able to say that my testimony is valid. And when we share that testimony, it blesses someone else. So my message to us today, our encouragement for today, is that don't hold your story. Do you need to tell every gruesome detail sometimes? Is everyone able to handle all of that? Not necessarily. But when you hold your story, when you don't tell what God has brought you through, when you don't tell how you've been able to overcome, if you don't tell that story, then that person that is in your life that needs to know that they can make it too don't have the benefit of what you've been through in order to know that if you can make it, they can make it too. We were leaving a doctor not too long ago, and a woman was going through some treatments, and she was struggling with them and hoping that she was going to be okay. But hearing the testimony and the praise report of one who was done with treatments and had gotten a clean bill of health gave her all of the hope she needed as she drove away, speaking in tongues and giving the Lord praise. Sometimes We've got to stop, be still, and put ourselves in a position where we can tell our story. Everybody want to understand. Everybody always want to hear it. But for those who need it, being ready and willing and able and available to tell your story will set someone free. Not only does telling your story set someone else free, telling your story sets you free. It sets you free because then it's not about anything you're hiding, not about anything that you feel like maybe you shouldn't tell it because of what you've been through. Someone might judge you. When you get to the place where you can tell your story no matter what anybody thinks, then you know you are in a place where you are free from the judgment of the world. You're free from the judgment of church people. You're free from the judgment of everybody else. This is my story. This is my song. And we can praise the Savior all the day long. I'm so happy that you came this afternoon, and I hope that you will tell your story. If they don't want to hear it, that's fine. There's someone who needs your story. They need your story because they need to know that through your story, they can find strength to deal with what they're going through until it becomes not their present, but their story. And when they get to their story and they're able to share with you and you're able to share together and to give praise and celebration, that the story is now something to look upon as opposed to just go through, then you are both in a position to share those stories with someone else and really change lives. So may God bless you. May heaven smile on you as you go through this day, this evening, tonight, as you rest. Sometimes you got to know that your story is valid and that someone needs to hear it so that they can be freed. Take care of yourselves. Do that which you need to do to care for you. Harness your story. Don't hide it. Don't sweep it away. For within your story are the tools that make you grow. Within your story is the trying sometime of your faith. And when your faith is tried, you come out like pure gold. God bless you. Heaven smile on you. We'll see you soon. Share your story and be encouraged.